guys, I'm Ange. Welcome to my kitchen. Come on in. You're here to join me. Today we're going to make a mushroom risotto, so let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is head over to the sink. We're going to fill up our pan with 2 cups of water. 1 and 2. Then we're going to head on back to the stove and get started. Okay, so we got our water in the pan. We're going to set this guy down, switch this over, and we're going to heat the water up to a boil. And then we'll be in all preparation for our mushroom broth that we're gonna make. So we'll come over here, I'll show you all the ingredients we have. So, first things first, with the risotto, we have our arborio rice, it's 1.5 cups. We have pancetta, diced up, shallots, white wine, parm, and some mushrooms, as well as butter, my favorite part, of course. Okay, so we have our water to boil. So now we're going to add our dried mushrooms to start off our mushroom broth. The recipe actually traditionally calls for dried morel mushrooms, but I have dried porcinis here. And you really could get them at like one of your specialty grocery stores. And there's a lot of different kinds. To be honest, they really don't smell that wonderful, but they really are delicious, I promise. So we're going to put in, calls for an ounce, put a little more. Leave these guys in there. Turn off the heat. I'm gonna get this big old pan out of the way. And we're gonna let it sit for 30 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna heat up our pan to like medium heat. And we got 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter that we're gonna throw in there. And, ooh, this will be good. Oh, wraps. It's kind of melty, but that's a good thing. Okay, so we're gonna throw these sliced little guys in there. Let it melt up. Okay, that's a lot of butter, but who doesn't love butter, for real? Okay, so while those guys are melting, we'll come back here. I'll tell you a little bit more about our ingredients. So, when I add to the pan after the butter's all melted, we're gonna add the pancetta. Pancetta is like an Italian bacon. So if you don't have pancetta at home, which you probably don't, you can either go to your deli, it's under the deli market, you get the thick slices, and you dice it up, or you can just get bacon, which is fine by me too. And we're gonna add the shallots to the pan as well. So we're kind of getting there. Woo, yeah. Turn it up a little bit. Okay. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Okay, so we're getting melted. I'm gonna add the pancetta and the shallots. All right, we're gonna let this cook here for about 5 minutes. And in the meantime, we're gonna work our way over to the mushrooms. Okay, so we got our mushrooms here. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a tip. Now, you know how mushrooms, they look all dirty, like literally with dirt on them? We're gonna clean these little guys off. What you need is a damp, like paper towel, which is fine, and we're simply going to just wipe them away on the tops. And snap that little stem off. Do not, I repeat, do not rinse your mushrooms in the pan or in the sink, because if you do that, they're gonna get like rubbery and they'll be gross and they won't brown up and be beautiful. So, we got these done just like that, as simple as that. And we're gonna do like thick slices. So, let's give it a go. Okay, so we are gonna slice our mushrooms kind of thick, like so. I love mushrooms. When I was a kid back in the day, I didn't really dig them, but I love mushrooms now. So, these guys are sliced. We're gonna throw them in the pan, as well as the rest I already had prepared for us. It's a total of 8 ounces of mushrooms. So we're gonna mix all this up and cook it for about 5 minutes. Okay, so our mushrooms are all done. We're gonna first start by straining out the mushrooms. So I'm gonna grab this over here, and we're gonna get all our dried porcinis out. And we're gonna save these because we're gonna use them in our dish. All right. We're getting there. All right. That'll do. Okay, set those guys aside. I'm gonna move this up here. And when we're straining the broth, you can either use a coffee filter or I'm using just a regular paper towel. We'll put it over a glass bowl. And this is just to get out the extra dirt or little sediment that you get from the mushrooms. So let's just hope this thing doesn't cave in on me, and we'll pour it up. Try to do a little bit at a time so you don't get an explosion everywhere. It's better to take your time than to make a big mess and waste all your ingredients. All right. This is better than expected. I'm kind of impressed with myself. Okay, so our broth is strained. Also, a side note, it's only supposed to be 2 cups, but sometimes when you boil it, you might have got rid of a little bit of that extra water. So if your broth is under 2 cups, just add water. It all evens out. Okay, so now that our broth is strained, we're gonna get rid of this pan and grab some chicken stock out of the refrigerator. Okay, so we're back. Very good. I am going to scooch this guy out of the way, grab my big old pan, and we're gonna add the mushroom broth to the pan and heat this sucker up. So here we go. Everybody keep your fingers crossed so I don't spill. So we got this here. And we're gonna add 4 cups of chicken stock. I don't make stocks or broth, but I hear it's wonderful, so maybe in a future episode we can do that together. All right. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Okay. We're in time now. Sorry. Okay. Good enough. Let's heat this broth up. And then we're gonna head over to our dish and finally add the risotto together. Okay, so we have our broth heating up. So now we're finally gonna get to the good stuff. I'm gonna add the mushrooms that we took out of the broth. And let these guys mix up. Turn your heat up a little bit to about medium or so. And then we're gonna add our rice. Like I said, it's 1.5 cups of the arborio rice. You can get it at Kroger. It's in the rice aisle. Don't let it freak you out and make you feel intimidating. Risotto takes time, but I swear it is worth it in the end. So, we're just gonna make sure that it's all coated nice from the butter, which I think we're getting there. Oh, it looks so good. I can't wait to dig in. All right, so that looks good to me. All right, I have 1/2 cup of dry white wine here. So we're gonna add this to the pan and we're gonna let it cook for 2 minutes. And after that, we'll start adding our broth. Okay, you guys, it's time to start adding our broth. So first things first, we're gonna add 2 ladles full to the broth into our risotto, and we're gonna keep it on low heat. So 1's in and 2. Perfect. So the rice is just gonna soak this up now. We're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we're gonna wait probably about between 5 to 10 minutes before we start adding the rest of the broth. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of pepper And your pancetta is actually pretty salty itself, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of salt. So we're gonna let the rice soak up the broth, and we'll just keep adding to it. I was so excited to make this risotto for everyone today because it's one of my favorite dishes when I go out to dinner. I actually got the recipe from my wonderful friend Julie, who has the most adorable little girl, and she's actually a picky eater and she enjoys this dish as well. And my most wonderful husband, we got married 5 months ago, redid this entire kitchen for me so that I could bring my recipes to everybody else in their homes. And it's actually a bonus because he loves my cooking as well. It looks so good, you guys. It really does. We probably just have about 1 ladle left. So we're gonna ladle the rest of the broth on. And I'm just gonna pour it on top for the heck of it. All right, we're just gonna let the rice soak it up, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes to add the cheese. Oh yeah. Okay, you guys, our broth is finally complete. We are gonna add the parm, 2/3 of a cup. Sorry everybody, this is probably the not healthiest dish for you, but I swear it'll be worth every calorie. So, we're gonna mix it in. Turn our heat up just a little bit. Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay, sorry, I'll contain my excitement. Oh, yes. Okay, so just to garnish off the dish, we're gonna add a little parsley on top. I think it adds some nice color and it makes your dish look more legit. Too legit to quit. Okay, we're just gonna plate it up here. Add a nice good helping on it. Looks about right. We're gonna top it off with a little bit of parsley. And there you have it, our mushroom risotto. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. I hope that you love this dish as much as I do. If you liked our show today, please feel free to subscribe below. And if you decide to make one of these dishes at home and want to post it on your Instagram or Facebook page, #Ange'sKitchen. Also, if there's anything special that you would like me to make on the show, let me know, comment below, and we'll try to whip it up for you. Thanks again, we'll see you next time.